Hi there and welcome to AMP3 TV. Today we're going to be looking at something really exciting, something there's been a lot of press about since they launched it at the CES show in Las Vegas earlier this year, the new X Series Walkman from Sony. Now, Sony has been an established player in the portable music game for years, but this is the first product in a long time that Sony is claiming to be really proud of. And now we're going to have a look at why. Now, some of you obviously know the Sony Walkman brand really used to dominate the portable music industry probably 20 years ago now, when we're talking about cassette-based Walkmans. Now this is, Sony say, the first product they've been really proud of in their MP3 lineup in years, or in their Walkman lineup I should say, in years. And here it is. Now the key points to mention with this are Wi-Fi, noise cancelling, OLED and the hybrid interface. We'll have a look at these now in turn one by one. Firstly, on players like this, Wi-Fi is becoming more common now, and there's reasons for that. Firstly, you can download music, you can obviously browse the web, and now you can actually start to look at applications like iPlayer and YouTube from the browser. Now the YouTube function is actually very clever on the X Series. If you're listening to a track, it is entirely touchscreen I should add. Simply find the track you want to listen to, hit the YouTube button, at which point the player will then search through YouTube to find the music video, listen to your track and show you the video at the same time. It's a very clever, very unique function. Now noise cancellation is something Sony's been at the forefront of. They first introduced it in a player in the NWS 700 and they've brought it back with this one. In addition to giving you Sony's EX earphones, which are far, far better than you'll find from any other MP3 manufacturer we're aware of, plug them into this and the active noise cancellation circuitry in the player will work in tune with the headphones to cancel all the background noise, allowing you to listen to your music in even the noisiest environments. So therefore it becomes ideal for your traveling, ideal for your commuting. If you're on a busy, noisy bus, plug this in, you won't hear it. It cuts out a significant portion of it. Even if you don't want to listen to music, if you pop in the earphones and have the player on, it will still actively cancel the noise. So it's a great benefit and a feature to have. Now the OLED screen you can see here, as I'm just going to hit the Walkman demo video, is again starting to become the norm on this sort of player, primarily for a couple of reasons. First off, there's no blur or slowdown in the picture as it transfers very quickly. Ideal if you're watching something like a sports event. In addition to that, it doesn't need LEDs to emit light, therefore you're reducing power. Reducing power consumption for the consumer, what does that really mean? Well, of course it means much better battery life. So in addition to having a very clear, crisp image, you've now got massively enhanced video playback and obviously battery life from that. So moving on now to the hybrid interface. Sony, as you can see, have integrated this product to have a full touchscreen sensor in it. But in addition to that, it actually has a mixture of buttons as well. So for the more commonly used features, volume up, to switch on noise cancelling, reset, the home button there you can see on the front, and obviously you've got quick stop start back forward buttons at the top there. They're all actually buttons. Anything else controlling the player actually is those done through the interface. Now this is actually completely retunable, so you can change the way the interface displays and where the buttons are on it. It instantly recognises you touching the screen. That's very obvious actually when you've touched the screen. I don't know if you make it out or try a close-up shot for this, but if you press the button you can actually see the button change colour briefly just to show it has recognised your command, and it works perfectly. So looking at capacities, the player actually comes in two sizes, 16 gig and 32 gig. Now certainly early indications are that the majority of people are actually going to go for 32 gig. And with the ability obviously to store movies, you do need more memory, hence why they're increasing it. Sound quality is a Sony, so we'd expect it to be clear, precise, have a good range of depth to it, and it does. In addition to that though, they've actually incorporated the S-Master sound technology they use in their home cinema stuff into this product, and it does sound phenomenal. In addition to that, as mentioned, you do get EX earphones, which are far better than anything else coming standard with a product at the moment, and obviously they work in unison with the noise isolation circuitry in the MP3 player. So sound-wise, brilliant job. So looking at video in the player, it has real-world usability. Obviously the fact it works seamlessly with BBC iPlayer is brilliant. You miss Top Gear on a Sunday night, drag and drop it onto the player, you've got it for Monday morning on the way to work. That for me is where that feature becomes so important. But also with this one now, they've actually given you the ability to put in your own chapters in the video file, making it much easier for you to kind of flick through and scan through it. Compatibility wise, the X Series covers all the main formats. There are a couple that will need converted, but by and large you should be fine with most, naturally. So overall then, looking at the X Series, you'd have to say it is the most complete MP3 player Sony have launched to date, probably by a considerable margin. It has some great features to it. Obviously, built-in noise isolation, including the S-Master cinema technology in it, really starts to enhance the experience the consumer can have while listening to their music and video on the go. Now you could argue it's possibly not the most revolutionary looking or beautiful product Sony have ever made, but it is very functional and the build quality of the product is simply first class. Sony were right to be very excited about this product. As we said, as far as we're concerned, it certainly is their best effort to date and by some way. It's got some great functionality. The YouTube functionality I think is going to be hugely popular. It is so well done. One of those features that you look at and think, how did they do that? Great effort, Sony. Let's have a look at the scores. Value, 8 out of 10. The X Series isn't cheap, but it's a flagship player. Capacities are great. 16 gig, 32 gig are really suitable for all the things that it does. Features, 10 out of 10. It's not missing anything, and the features it has work really, really well. There's not really anything we haven't seen before with the exception of the YouTube function, but they combine it all into one player and they've done a stunning job of it. Design, 7 out of 10. It's got a real Sony look to it. Nothing great's in it though, but nothing really screams out desirable. It could look better. Audio, 9 out of 10. Sony audio means awesome sound. The only reason it's not a 10 is the lack of support for a wider range of file formats like OGG and FLAC. Video, 9 out of 10. The screen is genuinely eye-popping. Compatibility could be a bit better, to be honest, and we'd like to see all the face real estate on the player become screen. Still, video is crisp and fantastic. Overall, 9 out of 10. It's a top player and a worthy flagship to Sony's range. It does so many things brilliantly. The YouTube function, noise isolation, cancellation, that it's easy to give it an AMP3 recommended player award. For more information and details on the player, have a look on www.amp3.co.uk for further details.